Hello, hope you're doing well, and welcome to, I guess, another episode of Sketchbook Sessions. I don't know if you would really call these episodes, they're very infrequent, but apparently that's what I'm going with, so let's just roll with that. If you're not familiar with the format anyway, these are pretty much the same as my usual art kind of content. The only difference really is that everything from the art to the voiceover is about 20 times more casual, as you can probably tell, and a bit more unprofessional. I don't concern myself quite so much in these sketchbook sessions with making everything super polished, basically. Wow, my voice went really low there. I think I have a bit of a cold coming on, so yeah, if my voice goes super deep this video, that's why. I have some tea with me while I'm recording, but like, it's spicy, so good for the germs, maybe not so good for recording voice. I don't know, we'll see how we do. Anyway, the reason I wanted to do a sketchbook session video this week, have a bit more of a casual, chilled out kind of time, is I'm just really tired. I don't know why. My sleeping schedule is, ridiculous, but that's that's pretty natural for me, so no change there. And I'm pretty sure I'm juggling like the same amount of work as I normally do as well, so no change there either. So yeah, I don't really know what's got me like so tuckered out lately. Maybe my ADHD's just acting up, or maybe it's cumulative tiredness from like one too many of my usual late nights. But my best guess is that like probably I'm just doing a lot of work at the minute that takes a lot of brain power. Like, all the projects I've got going on require... They require a lot of thinking to make the pictures happen. So I guess I've just run out of brain cells for the minute, and my body is protesting that fact. So, love that. Anyway, the point is, today I wanted to just take some time, like me time to draw something really low stakes, really inconsequential that requires no thinking on my part. So yeah, as you can see, I decided to do some fashion drawings because those are always fun. Costumes are always fun, and exploring different shapes and fabrics and clothing items and stuff, it's a good time. And usually all of that stuff is, it's still the kind of thing that would take some brain power, depending on what it's for, like any drawing usually does. But like I said, this was a fully head-empty kind of endeavor, so I didn't want to have to think about character designs or, outfit concepts or anything with options, basically. I didn't want to have to make any choices. So that meant, like, I just wanted to find something simple to do that wouldn't need, like, me to spend a bunch of time umming and ahhing over, what details I want to put in or what kind of poses I want to draw. I just wanted to draw. And thinking about it, like, on its own, that sounds like a pretty redundant thing to say, because obviously, I draw all the time for work and for videos. But when it's for something professional like that, there's a lot more logistics that goes in behind the scenes to kind of get it to the standard that it needs to be for whatever you're making. So hopefully you get what I mean when I say that, like, I just wanted to draw. Like, just is very much the key word there. Like, let my hands and eyes take the wheel completely, and my brain, back of the car. Not even in the car. Not a part of the equation. And for the purposes of that, I decided to raid my Animal Crossing wardrobe. Because, what better solution for the problem of not wanting to come up with a character design or a costume than to just draw your very familiar Animal Crossing avatar in a bunch of different outfits. Plus, the outfits that you can put together in Animal Crossing are just such prime material for fashion studies like this. Some outfits look okay and some come pre-made, but some are just, a hot mess. But all of them are definitely a vibe in some capacity. Also, like I said, my in-game avatar, which hopefully you can see on the screen here. I think I'll put some screenshots somewhere, probably. We'll see in the future when I edit this. Anyway, like I said, my in-game avatar is very familiar to me in terms of design, because it's basically just my channel avatar, which obviously I've drawn like a bunch of times, and it's a very familiar design in terms of face and hairstyle and anatomy and all that. Obviously we're playing around with the clothes here, but it's a character that I can draw really easily without having to put any thought into it, or without having to really focus on it. So that's why I ended up drawing that instead of thinking of anything more complicated. Anyway, long story short, all of these sketches are based on some screenshots I took of the outfits that I have on my character's wand at the moment in the game. I just picked out a few to draw that I thought looked like they would be fun. Some that I would actually wear in real life if I could. I think they are actually pretty decent looks, as well as, at least one that falls into the hot mess category, which might be my favorite, if only for how ridiculous it looks. And then for the poses, it actually ended up turning into a very fun little anatomy study in places because, like I said, I couldn't be bothered to come up with poses off the top of my head. So I found a bunch of random Google image results and artists' pose reference kind of websites, the ones, stuff like that. And I picked a few out, yep, these are fine, these are some poses, let's go with this. This works. I had a lot of fun with one of the sitting poses in particular. The photo I was using as a reference was from a more, it had more of an artistic kind of mood to it, like it was something from a life drawing session. And I haven't done a life drawing session in a really long time, so that felt kind of nostalgic, and I was pretty happy with how the anatomy in my sketch turned out for that one as well. So yeah, that was nice, that was a nice time. Especially because I don't normally have a lot of time to do so. Like I said, I haven't done a life drawing session in a really long time, but it's always so good, in particular when you do a lot of cartoony drawings like I do all the time, and when you're working from imagination a lot and you're inside your own head doing sort of whatever, making things up. It's really good to do a proper observational drawing every now and then like this of, real people with real anatomy. Case in point with the way I did these sketches using reference photos. It kind of almost subconsciously, as you're drawing, helps you correct any kind of little anatomy habits that maybe you've picked up that aren't quite correct. It's like a kind of refresher course. It's really helpful and really relaxing because, again, no think. Like I said at the start, I try not to put quite so much pressure on myself in these sketchbook videos to come up with anything really polished by the end of it. So I wasn't going into any of these sketches intending to give them really clean line work or anything. I was just using the marker tool for all of it, which normally I just use for sketching. And I think I did a rough sketch and a clean-ish kind of sketch on top, but yeah, I didn't ink them or anything cleanly, I just kind of left it loose. I wasn't even sure if I was going to colour them at first, but I did in the end because I thought the colour palettes looked cute and it was fun. And also, like I said, no pressure. So if they turned out a mess, then that was fine. But that's kind of another nice part of these kind of throwaway sketches. Or maybe that's not the word for it, but these sketches that aren't for anything, they're just for you, so they can be really rough. The fun of it is that you can just kind of play around, get a feel for the shapes, for the flow, for the colouring technique, give yourself a real creative vibe check. I had a lot of fun with the jumpers on one of these, I think the Halloween looking one, and on the hat of the crazy pink Elton John kind of outfit. Just doing little lines to show fabric texture for the colouring. It's fun to experiment basically. Doing low-stakes sketching like this is also really good every now and then, I think for me at least, because it kind of reminds me that I don't have to have my imagination turned up to 100% of the time. Not everything I make has to be super creative and new and detailed and wow. What I'm trying to get at is sometimes it's fine to just draw what is essentially myself wearing a silly hat 4 times in a row. That's fine too. I feel like this is a reminder or a bit of introspection that I kind of end up landing on every time I do one of these sketchbook videos, but it's good to take a break every now and then. Having said that, once I'm done editing this video, I know I'm probably going to hop right back onto working on the stuff on my to-do list. I think the next art video that I want to make is hopefully going to be a more detailed one, a bit more of an in-depth one, depending on my schedule. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully it'll be one to look forward to. So that one might take like an extra week to get out to you guys. I'm not quite sure at the minute, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime though, thank you very much for tuning into this video. Hopefully it has been a nice chilled out little break if you needed that. And yeah, I'm gonna go finish my spicy cup of tea now. So I hope you'll take it easy, take care of yourself, have a good one, and I will see you next time.